bringing Israel to the world. This is IBN News.
With news of Israel, I'm Susan Michaels. Schools will open in the fall on September 1st as planned, although just what that plan of action will be depends on the severity of the coronavirus outbreak. The Education Ministry says there are 3 potential plans in place, and specifics of the outlines will be subject to change by local municipalities and individual schools. All 3 scenarios include some remote studies for certain age groups, each potential plan increasing the number of students required to learn remotely depending on the rate of infection over the coming months. Also, with each step up of the plan, there's the need for billions of additional shekels to be added to school budgets. Another consideration is the effect on hundreds of thousands of low-income students who do not have access to computers at home. Defense Minister and alternate Prime Minister Benny Gantz is in solo isolation after suspected exposure to the coronavirus Sunday evening. A statement Wednesday from the Defense Minister's office said, out of desire and responsibility to avoid the risk of infection and after consulting with medical experts, Gantz has decided to go into isolation pending a coronavirus test and epidemiological investigation. In a tweet, the Defense Minister said, "I feel great and intend to continue working as usual, just remotely." At the same time, President Reuven Rivlin slammed the government over the handling of the crisis as the resurgence of the virus reached 1,300 cases in a 24-hour period this week. Doctors in Israel this week have warned the government that if hospitals are not fortified with more staff and resources, health services in the country will face a brutal winter. More than 100 doctors signed a letter to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Health Minister Yuli Edelstein, and Finance Minister Israel Katz, expressing concerns over the country's health system with the COVID-19 resurgence, saying things will only get worse when the seasonal flu hits the country in a few months' time. There were also hints of strikes and protests by medical staff if demands are not met soon. And Canadian lawmaker Aaron O'Toole has vowed to move his country's embassy in Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem if he becomes the next Canadian Prime Minister. I'm Susan Michaels.
IBN, Israel Broadcast Network.